Most people get comfortable. They stop growing, they stop working on themselves, they stop stretching, they stop pushing themselves, and they end up becoming very cynical about life, and they throw in the towel on themselves, on their families, and on their dreams. And the other thing is that most people don't feel worthy. What I'm doing now, I could have been doing years ago. But because I did not have a college education, because I didn't believe in myself, because I allowed other people's opinion of me to control my destiny, I didn't act on my ideas. So I applaud you for your dreaming. I can tell you that it's possible.
I'll tell you what, you'll never finish what you start. You gotta get off your ass, cause time ain't gonna last. 40 and you still ain't got no good job. I remember what you told me, grandma. You might as well go ahead and rob a nigga. Might as well go ahead and hit all my niggas, and you ain't even got a college degree to show for. Stay ready, you ain't gotta give that to the nigga you nation, huh? And you lead people straight to hell, man. Like everybody. Stay ready, you ain't gotta give that reprobate mind.
All praises to Yahweh. I finally made it out the mental chains. Know through your pain, it's a way out. I took the road less traveled, yeah, I was with you, take the same route. Betrayal of death, I don't know what's worse. That daily bread or that bread, what you choosing first? Teach my people how to hustle, that's the easy part. But all the money in this world can change your evil heart. Was born and raised here in Babylon. Told I was nothing but a black man. Never said who I descended from. Kwame Yasharala, yeah, we back, fam. True success ain't what you got, bro. True success is what you are and what you not, bro. Glass ceiling, dodging feelings like potholes. Guard your spirit from these niggas and Diablos. Keep it humble, but you rumble when your line pressed. Demonize me all you want, but know my kind blessed. This the gospel uncensored, go and tell a friend. Come up out of it, my people cease to dwell in sin. 12 tribes, we the people of the Most High. Don't be surprised to see those chariots come out the sky. Just a prophet, I don't claim to be a known scholar. This is chapter 1 to Zion Ariala.
Are you ready to be heard? Learn music production online at the Los Angeles Recording School, a division of the Los Angeles Film School. Learn how to mold your music into a career while protecting and promoting your songs. Our program
Yeah. Never make a promise you can't keep.
Cornmeal, these niggas sound crazy.
Try. Yeah. Yeah. It's for everybody out there looking for that 15 minutes of fame. Sometimes it just ain't enough.
They don't celebrate you till you on or you go. Been grinding all my life, tell the truth, I was just trying to be known. When you don't make it to the top, that's on my tribe, I swear you fall all alone. Now that my numbers and my views is going up, I'm getting calls on my phone. Unless they real, I swear they never celebrate you till you on or you go.
I joke a lot, but I could be for real. I swear I miss my nigga Young B for real. Chaplains pour some Hennessy, I need a drink for real. The future gone, my nigga never got to ink a deal. Lost the goat, the streets is cutthroat. Second guessing cause we keep on coming up short. Before my grandma passed on Dave, I was in the booth. Almost lost my fire ride, now I'm in this truth. They don't love you when you move in wisdom. They only care for what you got to give them. I didn't sign so I didn't benefit them. They expected me to lose but I got beneficial. I wouldn't let nobody write my narrative. Want the truth whatever it is. Trusting people, yeah, that's been an issue. This just another rags to riches story. The only difference I'ma give you how all the
you till you on or you go. Been grinding all my life, tell the truth, I was just trying to be known. When you don't make it to the top, that's on my tribe, I swear you fall all alone. Now that my numbers and my views is going up, I'm getting calls on my phone. Unless they real, I swear they never celebrate you till you on or you go.
They don't care if I'm the hardest. My babies, they gon' show me love regardless. Grab my past, I swear I wanted to be heartless. Malik and Shea Berry, Mariah at my darkest. Where my brother, he got on and he got ghosts. Left me bitter, that's my nigga that I love most. Why my niggas, why they always seem to turn on me? I ain't gon' lie, that shit hurting me for eternity. Though I ain't perfect, I can learn to be. That rule came to change me eternally. If niggas say that I didn't love them, then they lying, When they almost killed my nigga, I was crying, Some homies wouldn't, but I roll with you. So many days up in that stew, I share my soul with you. I see my old homies turn Hollywood. It's just a kite to let you know.
They don't celebrate you till you on or you go. Been grinding all my life, tell the truth, I was just trying to be known. When you don't make it to the top, that's on my tribe, I swear you fall all alone. Now that my numbers and my views is going up, I'm getting calls on my phone. Unless they real, I swear they never celebrate you till you on or you go.
Do you want to learn high-end epoxy techniques?
This is getting a little too big for me. Okay, this is a big dot, so I'm just gonna touch it a little bit and then I'll torch that out.
Coming up in this video, we teach one of my favorite recipes of all time.
And I'm gonna trace this shit.
When you pull up, you better call me. I'm coming out, just let them know that this ain't all me. I changed my ways, y'all better owe me. My message changed, now they don't know me. Better late than never. No more getting at these hoes, no more chasing cheddar. Thought I'd be known before my 30s, some shit take forever. Dollar bills, but got that manner, I could change the weather. I took the road, less travel, better late than never.
Let me tell you what kind of man I become. They see your hustle and your struggle, they don't care where you from. These wicked serpents wanna know what I'm on. Build my name and legacy in Israel, then I'm gone. Too many rappers / actors been usurping the throne. We at the bottom, but you steady keeping up with the Jones. Had a homie like a brother, he got on and was gone. Heard he sold his soul doing shit that we don't condone. Probably can't look me in my eyes, much less pick up the phone. Heard he ain't looking out for fam, if that be true then he wrong. Jesus, Judas, Caesar, Brutus, I had 6, I had grown. There ain't no greater therapy than telling truth in a song. I ain't tripping, got my Akim, I'm where I belong. Stay in these scripts, mental calisthenics, gotta be strong. That daily bread, I gotta get it, homie, I can't pause. Found success not in the industry, but keeping these laws.
Better late than never. No more getting at these hoes, no more chasing cheddar. Thought I'd be known before my 30s, some shit take forever. Dollar bills, but got that manner, I could change the weather.
Hey T, forget about these clowns, man.
I took the road, less travel, better late than never.
Look, it's a thin line between faith and folly. People say they keep it real, but I keep it godly. Shout out my squad, they forever solid. Been through ups and downs and they never change, so I know they got me. Them hard times getting harder, 24 years old and making room for my daughter. Showing her the lessons I acquired from time and teach her how to keep it G when the friends start to falter. Just keep an eye for your foes, the ones that hate to see you win but always calling you bro. Cause when them seasons start to change, yeah, them colors gon' show. You gotta change your frame of thought, cause where you focus, you'll grow. I pulled a shot and then I drank it. They tried to shoot my boat but couldn't sink it. I meditate, it's clear I came a long way. And at the end, the only thing I can say is
better late than never.
Yes.
No more getting at these hoes, no more chasing cheddar. Thought I'd be known before my 30s, some shit take forever. No dollar bills, but got that manner, I could change the weather. took the road less traveled, better late than never.
I remember when there was a time when all my stars aligned, but it still went wrong. Guess that was a sign. Guess it was perfect timing in the wrong span. Just couldn't accept that it wasn't God's plan. Have you ever been fiending, obsessing day and night over reaching the goals you always been dreaming, but ain't understanding the reason? Everybody else got their turn and you waiting on your season. I had to reassess, I had to reinvest. Yeah, I was stressing, obsessing about out here being next, but now I see the bigger picture cause my eyes open. Sat still in my prayer and heard that God has spoken. Don't be invested in the wrong things, cause baby boy, that ain't your calling. I found my calling in the Father and realized all I ever needed was this living water. Better late than never.
When you pull up, you better call me. I'm coming out, just let them know that this ain't all me. I changed my ways, Jave to owe me. My message changed, now they don't know me. Better late than never. No more getting at these hoes, no more chasing cheddar. Thought I'd be known before my 30s, some shit take forever. No dollar bills, but got that manner, I could change the weather. I took the road less traveled, better late than never.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. How y'all feeling? Y'all don't sound like it. Sheesh. That was sad. Y'all, that was bad. We'll try this again. Shabbat Shalom. How y'all feeling? We pulling up. All praise to the Most High on the Sabbath. We about 30 minutes away from it. Still a little sunny outside, but all praise to the Most High. It's that time of rest. The weeks is usually hectic. The weeks is usually busy, and we finally get that day of rest. All praises to the Most High. So tonight, the lesson we're going to be going into is violence amongst Israel. Violence amongst Israel and violence against Israel. Aman. Excuse me, brother. The men on this side, women on that side. Yeah, no, you good. So y'all straight, y'all good. All right. So let's go ahead. We're going to jump into it. Where do we want to start? I know where we want to start. Let's go to Deuteronomy. Let's go to Deuteronomy. 28. Actually, I might have changed my mind. Let me grab this. Let's go to Hebrews. Or the Hebrews first. And chapter 13. This is the first thing. It's the first thing we want to deal with, right? Hebrews 13. And I want to read verse 1. Get that for me, Aharon.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 13 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Let brotherly love continue.
So the scriptures tell us that we're supposed to let brotherly love continue. The Lord wants brotherly love to continue and to abound. Let's go to the book of Sirach. Because for some odd reason, though the scriptures say this, we are in a position where our people don't know how to do this, and a lot of them honestly don't care to do this. Let's go to Sirach 25. And I believe that's verse 1 as well. God, read that for me.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 25 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
In 3 things I was beautified, and stood up beautiful both before God and men.
So we're going to see what the scriptures say again. Read.
The unity of brethren.
The what?
The unity of brethren.
So unity amongst the brethren. Of course, the sisters too, right? It's literally expressing that us being cohesive, us being in harmony, us showing love toward one another, as it says in Hebrews 13 and 1. Let brotherly love continue. That's what the Lord wanted for us.
God.
Right? Let's go to Psalms. Well, one more, and we're going to jump into it. Psalms 133, verse 1. Let's get this one more, and then we're going to hop into it.
The book of Psalms, chapter 133 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Behold, how good and how pleasant it is, for brethren to dwell together in unity.
It said, behold, how good, how pleasant, how beautiful, how amazing for brothers and sisters to dwell together in division.
In unity.
In unity. The Lord wanted nothing more than for us to stand together in love and unity. Do you guys know why? Any takers? Think about it. If you are a nation, right, that is divided, right, how much power will you have? How easy will it be to overcome you? How easy will it be to overrun you? But if you are a nation who stands together, who stands united, how difficult do you think it'll be for someone to try to overrun you, overtake you, overpower you? It's damn near impossible. But here's the thing, when you read through the scriptures and we see a lot of the laws that were given to us, if you pay attention, if you're really paying attention to what is written in this book, quiet is kept. A lot of the laws that were given to us to prevent division amongst the nation, to promote unity amongst the nation. But now we have hit this place where there's violence among us, one toward another, and violence against us from one another and from outsiders, right? But how? Why? What happened? What happened? Let's go to Deuteronomy. Let's talk about it. On Deuteronomy 28. As you know, we always, people and everybody and their mama got an answer, but it usually ain't the right answer. We need to come together. Well, shit, that's easy to say. That sounds good. That sounds great. How do we come together? Man, first, we got to get the economic. No, that's not it. That's not it. First thing that come out of their mouth, we got to circulate the black dollar. Then what? Then what? Okay, let's say we all came, the Muslims, the Moors, the Israelites, the black Christians. Okay, we done all came together. Now, how do we now start to build? Because you guys have a different belief system, constitution, than them. So how is it that we're going to actually develop a community when we have certain rules that you guys don't have? We have certain guidelines that you guys don't have. Like I said, everybody got an answer. There's only one real answer, but don't nobody want to talk about that because that one ruffles feathers, right? Let's go to Deuteronomy 28. I want to read verse 1 first.
God. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Right.
Verse 2. And all these blessings shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
If what?
If thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
He said, go give me Joshua 1 and 8. He said, if you listen to me, if you follow what it is that I told you, you're going to be blessed. You're going to be above everyone else. You're going to be in rulership. You're going to live in what's called, what the world refers to as a utopia, the perfect world, if you abide by these rules. Give me Joshua 1 and 8.
The book of Joshua, chapter 1 and verse 8. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein.
Read.
For then thou shalt make thy ways prosperous.
It says, then you will prosper, and what else?
And then thou shalt have good success.
And then you will have good success. I got to give you this side first. I told you what to do. I told you how to win the game. I gave you the cheat code. When I say it's as simple as it sounds, it is as simple as it sounds. But what do we decide to do? What do we decide to do? Everything that the Bible said not to do, let's promote it. Let's embrace it. Let's encourage it. Give me verse Deuteronomy 28:15. And this is how we ended up in the situation that we're in now. This is how we got in this predicament. Because again, people will sit up there and say, well, we don't even know what we did. Why everybody hate? Well, the book told us why everybody was going to hate us. It's no mystery. It's just, are you willing to accept that? It's just, are you willing to, once you accept it, make the changes that the book said to reverse these conditions? That's the question. What was that? Deuteronomy 28:15. Give me that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day.
So the Most High told Moses, tell the people, if you listen to me, all of this will happen. If you don't listen to me, this is going to happen. Read.
That all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
All of these curses will come upon you and overtake you. So violence amongst Israel. The hell is going on? Why is this happening? Read verse 54. Give me verse 54, Aharon.
God. Verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother.
Hold on. Now we read in verse 15, it said, if you do not keep these laws, these curses is going to come on you. These curses ain't just going to come on you. It's going to overtake you. It's going to rule over you. So when you look at our nation, these literally just about every single one of these plagues, with the exception of 68 now, because that is not something that keeps happening over and over and over, but it's already happened. Literally just about everything that you read, even today, all of these curses plague our community.
Right.
The Lord already said this was going to happen if you didn't keep my laws. Right? Read 54 from the top.
So that the man that is tender among you.
So the man that you once had brotherly love for, dwelling together in unity, kindly affection toward one another. The one that used to be dear to you, we used to treat each other like kings and princesses as well. We loved one another. It says, so that the man who was tender and delicate among you, read.
And very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother.
Now his eye is evil toward his own brother. Who else?
And toward the wife of his bosom.
And we got these up marriages. Calling it what it is. These can't get right marriages. Men treating sisters wrong, even in the truth. In the truth. Let's be real. God. If niggas ain't abiding by these scriptures, they ain't really in the truth. Let's talk about it, right? God. But even so-called in the truth, we got these curses going on. Women disrespecting men, men disrespecting their sisters, their wives. In the truth. It says, the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother. And what else?
And toward the wife of his bosom. And toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
Right. So when we, watch this. I want to get something real quick. Actually, I'm going to pull it up on my computer. I like to deal with let me see. Let me see if I can pull him up. Crap. I don't need it. It's fine. No big deal. So we see here, the curses told us these things would happen. We see here that the Lord said, if you didn't abide by what it is that I told you that you needed to do, these things was going to happen. So now we're in a space today where we got violence against one another, physical violence, brothers killing, jumping, beating, abusing other brothers, domestic violence against the ones in your own house that you're supposed to love, even child abuse. All of these things are going on in our community. Not to mention, of course, the one that everybody loves to talk about, police brutality. So outside of, we know that's a given. Outside of that, we still got to deal with the violence that we have amongst one another. There's even people in the truth I be hearing verbally abusing one another. That's what's crazy. You listen to other people who say they in the truth, that say they read these scriptures, that say they know the Most High, calling other brothers, you ass nigga. Like, yo, that's deep. Nigga, I'll pull up on you. For what? You that upset with your, here's the thing, this ain't no nigga in the world. This ain't no someone that you should have that mentality toward. Y'all both up under these same damn guidelines. So for you to say, nigga, I'll pull up on you, what's up? There's a problem there. Again, this happens inside the truth and outside the truth. There's violence against our people, and there's violence among our people. That's a problem. Let's get, but again, the scriptures told us that's going to be one of them curses. This is what's going to happen to y'all if y'all don't get it right, if y'all don't get it together. Give me Matthew 24:12. Watch this. Christ said it too. It was said in the New Testament. Give me, let's go to Matthew 24. I think I want to start a little higher, and then we're going to drop down to verse 12. Matthew chapter 24, and I want to read, let's read we'll read 3, and then we'll read 3 through 5, and then we're going to drop down. Salakia, 3 through 6, and then we're going to drop down.
The book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming?
So this is what's going on, right? The disciples are asking him, so when is your return? What's going to happen? How are we going to know it's coming? Right, read.
And of the end of the world.
And of the end of the world, read.
And Jesus answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you.
He said, now look, it's going to be a lot going on. It's going to be a lot going on.
Yes.
Don't get fooled. Don't get tricked. Don't let nobody deceive you. Read.
For many shall come in my name.
He said, many are going to come in my name. Many of them going to say, I'm of Christ. Many going to say, yeah, I'm a Christian. Yeah, I follow Christ.
Right.
Many. Is that not true? How many people you know today that are Christians, Baptists, Methodists, Protestants, all saying they of Christ, right? They're going to come in his name. Read.
Saying, I am Christ.
I am Christ, or I am Christ-like, or I am a Christian, or I am a follower of Christ. Because Because it said they're going to come in his name. That don't mean they're going to come as him. We got a lot of them too. A lot of people sitting up there saying, I'm Christ. Oh, we found him in the Philippines. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. We found him in the Philippines. Oh, we found him in Asia. Stop it. Stop it. But it said many are going to come in his name. Even to the extent of them saying they are Christ. They are the Christ. Right? It says many are going to come for many shall come in my name saying I am Christ. Read.
And shall deceive many.
And a lot of people are going to get caught up in it. A lot of people are going to get deceived. Right? Again, is this not reigning true today? Is it? I'm asking y'all. Is this not reigning true today?
True.
Right. So, and it says, and will deceive many. And we see that going on today. Whether it's the Catholic Church, whether it's every faction of Christianity, whether it's all of these people who are really walking around saying that they are the Messiah. There's a lot of people that are following along with it too. They've deceived many. So remember, they're asking, how are we going to know about the end times? How we know when you finna pull up? How we know when that time is going to be here? He said, don't get it twisted, right? This is going to happen. Read verse 6.
Verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass.
I'm sorry, read 7 and 8.
Verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation.
So it's going to be wars among the nations, amongst races. Read.
For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines, and pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places.
Right? So it said all of these things is going to happen. There's going to be nation rising against nation. Now, in the scriptures, when it talks about nation, it's talking about what people now consider race. They're going to be rising up and fighting against one another. Then kingdom against kingdom. This is now the new term for nations, but it's kingdoms is what it's referencing. So like the kingdom of Russia, the Soviet Union. We always got something going on over here with America, right? You got Iran and Iraq and all of them who's fighting in the Middle East, right? All of these different kingdoms, they're going to be rising up, ready to go to war with one another. These are all signs that the end is coming. But watch what Christ says. Read.
Verse 8. All these are the beginning.
These are the end.
All these are the beginning of sorrow.
It said this is just the beginning. It's just started. We just getting it cracking. The party just started. Just started. Right? So they asked him, so how we know when you about to come? So now we read it's a curse because of everything that we've done. Now remind you, we were still under the dominion of the Romans at the time. We still didn't have our kingdom back, so that tells you a lot. We still hadn't gotten it together back then either. Right? So drop down to verse 12. We're gonna see what was going on. Verse 12.
Verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound.
So because we wasn't keeping these laws, or we wouldn't be keeping these laws, as time went on, what would happen?
The love of many shall wax cold.
So if love is waxing cold, what's the flip side of that? That means hatred is waxing hot. That means there is no brotherly love. That's why we riding on these niggas. Right. That's why all these niggas is my end. Oh, his nigga got on the wrong color. That's why this is going on, because, read that again.
And because iniquity shall abound.
Because iniquity is abounding. Iniquity is rising. Breaking these laws, not keeping these laws is becoming the fad. Because of that, what's going to happen?
The love of many shall wax cold.
The love of our people is going to wax cold. The opposite of love, we know, is hatred. The opposite of cold, we know is hot. So love getting cold, hatred getting hot. That's what's going on. So we got a lot of violence that's starting to rise up in our people. It's unfortunate, but it's true. Give me let's go to Isaiah 51:20. I'm gonna show you something. I remember when man, this is probably like, I've been in the truth what's going on 7 years. This is probably like 6.5 years ago. I remember the bishop brought this precept out. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I can't believe this is in the Bible. But I'm gonna show you. We're gonna read it and I'm gonna see if y'all figure it out. Isaiah chapter 51. And I want verse 20.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 51 and verse 20.
Uh-huh.
Thy sons have fainted.
Uh-huh.
They lie at the head of all the streets.
Uh-huh.
As a wild bull in a net.
Uh-huh.
They are full of fury of the Lord.
Uh-huh.
The rebuke of thy God.
What does that sound like? I'm gonna see if y'all picked it up. I'm gonna put it to you in modern terms, right? It says, thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of the streets. They standing at the corners. They full of the fury of God. They angry. They chilling at the corner together. They pissed off. They like a wild bull in the net. What that sound like? Sound like who? It sound like what? It sound like them gangsters, right? Again, we see. The scriptures never miss. They never miss. Hood niggas. Real niggas. The gangbangers. The gangsters. Read that again.
Thy sons have fainted.
Our men have fainted. What does that mean? The faith has fainted. Not that they all, oh my God, oh. That's not what it's talking about. It says they fainted. The spirit of righteousness has fainted in these men. Read.
They lie at the head of all the streets.
They at the street corners chilling with one another, right? Read.
As a wild bull in a net.
Uncontrollable. These niggas is out of pocket. That's what's going on. They out of pocket. They can't control themselves. They can't be controlled. You can't tell them what to do. This nigga must not know who I am. I keep the blicker on me. These niggas out here tripping, cuz, or everything, nigga. Or everything. They got me bent, cuz. You can't tell them nothing. It said they fainted. We're going to get another scripture. I believe we're going to get it next. It said the young men have fainted. The righteousness is fainted out of these people. It says now they at the corners like a bull in the net. Can't tell them what to do. You ever tried to tell a real nigga what to do? You ever tried that? Hey, bro, hey, look, my kids right here, bro. Like, you ain't got to be, cussing up a storm like that. Nigga, your kids, cuz. Bro, you disrespectful. You gonna do something about it, my nigga? What's up? You gonna do something about it? All right, then. Shut up, then. This is what really be going on. But the scripture said, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall do what? Shall wax cold. That's what's going on. So now we got these wild bulls in the net. Now you got what's called gang wars. We live in the inception of gang banging. It kind of started venturing off everywhere else. People want to start creating neighborhood rolling 60s in New York when 60 if it's right here. Slaughter right around the corner. How you from 60 and your hood is 5,000 miles away? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, one project, So they're in one project, and they got 5 different hoods in that same complex. Yo, but that's the thing. It ventured out into everywhere else, and it ventured out when it became negative. It wasn't a situation like, oh, when Crips was actually trying to keep the community together, protect them from police. That's not when it was branching out. It's when real niggas became real niggas. It's when they started stacking and throwing up their set and all of that. And when they start glorifying it in the music and the TV, all of a sudden, you got cast some A-Trade gangsters in like Mississippi. What? Who your enemies in Mississippi? Ain't no neighbor, like, ain't no, you from Trey's, you from neighborhood, but the enemy, they out here. Like, you got A-Trade gangsters. Okay, that's cool. We're your enemies. You gonna come 3,000 miles over here to go to war? Like, what's really going on? Don't make sense. You got Pyru's on the East Coast. Pyru Street is in Compton. It's right down the street. But because we decided to start moving wickedly, all of the hatred toward one another, all of this wickedness started abounding. And you gotta remember, actually, let's get that. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 15. That's what you gotta understand. 1 Corinthians 15. And verse 33.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 33. Be not deceived. Evil communication.
Positive communication.
Evil communication.
Righteous communication.
Evil communications.
Read.
Corrupt good manners.
Flip over to Proverbs 12 and 26. So it said evil communications will corrupt you. Hanging out with the wrong crowd will corrupt you. It's very rare. Watch this. It's very rare that you get that one nigga in the bunch who gets converted over to the lights. But it's very often you get people who were good-spirited, the positive influence, hanging around with the evil communication, and they got corrupted. It's so easy to do that because sin looks so fun. Don't it look fun? It's like, man, I could sleep with whoever I want. I can hit the club. I could smoke a black. I could roll up a swish. What? I'm trying to get up. I'm trying to get wasted. I'm trying to get so toe up. Like I've heard this in the world, and I didn't drink in the world, right? I didn't drink in the world, didn't smoke, I didn't do none of that. I ran track, so I wasn't doing none of that, right? I remember hearing people say this, and I sat there confused because I was trying to process. I was like, maybe it's because I ain't never got drunk. I just don't get it. I'm trying to get so drunk that I don't even remember what happened. Now explain to me how the hell that's fun. You had so much fun last night, you don't even remember it. Can anybody explain the logic to me in that? Can any of you guys explain the logic to me in that? No. They want to get so tore up at the party, at the function. I want to get so lit that I don't remember what happened. How is that fun? How is that fun? But leave it to the world. Damn, that sounds lit. What? What the hell is wrong with you? That sounds like a plan. Why? stupid. But I know a lot of people that didn't start off that way, but was hanging around, got sucked right into it. Because evil communications will corrupt your good manner, because sin looks, let's be real, we in the truth. We ain't got to front. I tell this to people all the time. We ain't got to sit up here. What's up, bud? Sin, we can, and when we come into the truth, we start to lie. What I mean by that is, man, I don't be looking at women, nigga. Like, I'll be focusing these scriptures. Really? Really? Bro, she bad, huh? Oh, man, you being lustful. Nigga. Let's be real. Brothers come to the truth and they start lying. I don't want to be looked at it that fast. No, stop playing. So all of that to say, let's be real. I'm not going to sit up here and lie. Sin be looking so fun, don't it?
Talk to him.
Sin be looking so fun. Let's keep it a buck. Once you get rooted and you get to a certain place, there's certain things that you look at that you once looked at and you said, nah, I really don't, that really doesn't appeal to me anymore. That's real. But there's some things in the world I be looking sometimes and I'm like, yo, that shit look fun. I'm not gonna do it, but it look fun. Like one of the things, I forgot who was talking. It was the funniest thing. And I said, yeah, you're right. I forgot what the conversation was. And brothers, it was something about pork. Oh, man, that shit nasty, bro. He said, look, dog, we know you in the truth. We know that it's unlawful. But don't sit up here and play like you wasn't tearing up no damn ham on Thanksgiving in the world. Well, I was in the world. Nick, don't matter. Stop acting like. So is all of a sudden your palate just shifted like that? You came into the truth. Oh, my God, it's disgusting. I'll throw it up. Is that what happened? Stop playing. Stop playing. Let's be real. You come into the truth. Sin still be looking fun. Let's be real. Oh, let's hit a function on a Friday night. That looks kind of fun. But it's the Sabbath. I'm not doing that. Party look fun. I ain't gonna cap. Can't lie. It look fun. Look cool. I'm not gonna do it out of love and respect and reverence for the Most High God. But let's stop playing. Read Proverbs 12 and 26. This is what it is. Proverbs chapter 12 and verse 26.
God, the book of Proverbs chapter 12 and verse 26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor.
This is a fact. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor. The righteous usually has more discipline than his neighbor. The righteous is usually looked at like, man, something different about that person as opposed to his neighbor. In the eyes of the Lord, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor. Watch this. Read.
But the way of the wicked seduceth them.
The ways of the wicked can still seduce you. Don't get the game twisted. The ways of the wicked can still seduce you. So, that's why the scriptures talk about, man, look, the love of many is going to wax cold because sin has abounded. What's love for your neighbor? Not causing your sisters to be whores. What is abounding today? What's in the media? What's in the music? What's in the TV? What are we seeing? Girl, what? You how old? You ain't had no yet? You a virgin. Oh, my God, honey, I'm going to pray for you. What the, what? Notice the irony in that. You a virgin? I'm going to pray for you. You going to pray for me because I am what the Lord wants me to be. Sweetheart, you got miles on you. And you gonna pray for me? The Lord the Lord gonna look at you like, what you praying for? What really are you praying for? I'm gonna pray for you. For what? I'm doing exactly what the Lord want me to do. Wait for the man that I'm supposed to be with forever. Oh, bro, you ain't had no yet. What? Now I'm gonna get you some. Why? You missing out on what? On what? Nigga, I'm telling you, bro. On what? What is it that I'm really missing out on that you guys want me to just bounce around like, oh, hit that, hit that, hit this, hit that? But that's the culture that we've been bred in. That's what's being put in our faces. Music, TV, the two main sources of programming you and your children are the two main things that are pushing this. The righteous is more excellent, but the ways of the wicked, the ways of peer pressure, because that's usually what it is. All right, I'll try it, because you got 15 people on your neck about it. Bro, tell this nigga. I'm trying to tell him, look, we got, ain't she bad too, right? I'm trying to get him some tonight. Bro, you tripping. You gay? Now I'm gay because I got standards. Now I'm gay because I'm doing what the Most High said. It's wild. But because we started doing all of these different things, the love of many started waxing cold. We stopped keeping these laws. That became the problem. Let's go to Isaiah 5 and 13. Now watch this. Isaiah chapter 5 and verse 13. And this is probably one of a huge problem, right? Isaiah 5 and 13, let's read that.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 5, and verse 13. Therefore, my people are gone into captivity.
So we've been gone into captivity, read.
Because they have no knowledge.
Because we have no knowledge, read.
And their honorable men are famished.
This is the part, read that again.
And their honorable men are famished.
Men that are supposed to be honorable, men that are supposed to be of high renown, men that are supposed to have a level of morals and scruples, that are supposed to be guiding and leading the people. It says they're what?
And their honorable men are famished.
Read.
And their multitude dried up with thirst.
When there's a famine, what does that mean? Shortages, what? Excuse me. When there's a famine of something, it means there's a what? A lack of, a shortage. So it says the honorable men are famished. What does that say? There's a lack of honorable men out there. Who are your icons today? Think about it. And who are entertainers subject to? Their bosses, the so-called clear man. Absolutely. Absolutely. That is who they are subject to. And in the media, who runs the media? Clear people, right? Clearly. So we got these people who run the media who can cancel you at any moment. Not your show, but you. Look at Nick Cannon. Try to give you just a little consciousness. We're going to snatch your baby from you. Your pride and joy. No more wilding out for you. Matter of fact, we canceled Nick Cannon altogether. He was trying to be an honorable man. Shut him down. Entertainers are the new icons that our people look up to. Entertainers and athletes. Those that rap, those that sing, those that act, those that are great, those that are athletic. How many of them are pushing to the people? There's a level of morality that you should have. How many are pushing to the people? There's a code of conduct that you should stand by. How many are pushing to the people? Brothers, you should be treating your sisters this way. Sisters, you should be treating your men like this. Brothers, you should be treating each other like this. Sisters, you should be treating each other like this. How many of them are doing that? Read that again, Aharon. Isaiah 5:13.
God, the book of Isaiah, chapter 5, verse 13. Therefore, my people are gone into captivity, because they have no knowledge, and their honorable men are famished, and their multitude dried up with thirst.
The honorable men have been famished. The multitude has been dried up. There are no honorable men out there to lead the people. It's a shortage of them. And those that the people look to, talk about, I'll take your girl. Talking about these hoes ain't The women talking about, then I get some money. The women screaming, body, yaddy, 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 yaddy. Right? I don't cook, I don't clean, but I... Don't act like y'all know them lyrics. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. I know you know I'm Asante. Don't play. Right? The W, the A, the P. The acronym standing for wet and... Y'all know it. But these are the ones that are leading the people now. The honorable men, they're gone. The honorable men, the ones it's a very short, it's a small amount. And the ones that we look up to is the ones talking about robbing, shooting, stealing, killing, not from the oppressor, but from the oppressed. From our own. From our own. But again, Deuteronomy 28:15 said, we didn't keep his laws, the Most High's laws. All of these things would happen to us. One of them was, we used to love each other. We were commanded to do so. But that love was going to wax cold. Our eye was going to be evil toward one another. That's a curse. That's a curse. Which, if you pay attention to the curses that happen, all of the curses are literally, it's not like the Lord said this is going to happen. Well, he did. I'm not going to say that. But when you look at what went on, the fact that we transgressed these laws, these particular laws, it's like a cause and effect situation, right? I'll give you an example. I shall be evil toward his brother. Okay. How does that happen? I start stealing from my brother. That's going to cause my brother's eye to be evil toward me. I sleep with my brother's wife. It's going to cause the eye to be evil toward me. This is why he said, you won't have these problems if you keep my law. It's simple. You wouldn't have these issues. Let's go to Lamentations 4:17. So, real quick. So we read in Isaiah 51, it says they like a bull in a net. How prominent is gang violence amongst our people? You got a lot of these Edomites. It was a cat named Cameron Terrell. Bastard lived in Palos Verdes with both his parents. A white boy. 18 years old, I think he was. And he wanted to be from, no, he ended up getting put on. I forgot what the hood was, but he got put on, right? And he was, I think they called him like white boy or milk chocolate or something. They called him something like that. I don't remember what his hood name was. But he was from the set. You seen him in the music videos, you seen him in the pictures, throwing up the hood, stacking like everybody, all of that. From the hood. Bastard lives in Palos Verdes. Nigga drives a Mercedes. 18-year-old kid driving a Mercedes. Not an older one, like the newer one of I forgot what year it was. But the year that it was around the year, the vehicle that he had. Parents were wealthy. They were like, we don't know what happened. He got seduced by the gang culture. He helps. He's the getaway driver in the drive-by. They hopped out, really a walk-up. Walked up, smoked him off, ran, jumped in the car, took off. 2 minors. He's 18 or 19. They're like 16 and 17. This man, I don't even think... I'm going to go back and double check, but I don't even think he got jail time. The two got charged as an adult. He didn't get jail time because they felt like he was a what was it? Basically, they felt like jail time would be too harsh for him. Not for us though. This nigga was a getaway driver. You seen him in he was gang affiliated. Throwing up the hood, had the blue rag, all of that. That would be too harsh for that kid. Not these 2 minors, though. But for that white boy, these are the cursed conditions that we get hit with, right? But look how prominent, how influential gang violence is. Listen to what's going on in the I think it's in Chirac. There's always some beef going on over there. I don't even remember the name of the hoods over there. But somebody else, King Von, got smoked off. Mo got smoked off in traffic. Chief Keef always in something. They talk so highly of that, man, you know that nigga a killer. And all of that stuff is promoted in their music. They make music talk about what they did to the ops. And that's what get other, now we got to retaliate. Just off GP, we got to retaliate. Dave East, who we're in New York, from Harlem 30s. Right up the street. Not 5,000 miles away. Right up the street. Look at the prominence of gang culture. The wild bull in the net. The violence. This is the violence against Israel by Israel. This is what's going on with us, happening to us. And we are the main perps of it. But again, Scripture said that this would happen, right? Give me Lamentations 4:17. Let's talk about the other side.
The book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 17. As for us.
Salakia, 18.
Verse 18. They hunt our steps. That we cannot go in our streets.
Read.
Our end is near.
Our end is near, read.
Our days are fulfilled.
Our days are fulfilled. Now, this was in the time of Jeremiah. He wrote a lamentation. A lamentation is like a strong, distressful cry. And the Lamentations he was talking about in the time we got sacked. In Jerusalem. We were taken over. Babylonians came in and took over us, right? But ain't this spiritual Babylon? This is spiritual Babylon, right? Are they still hunting our steps?
Yep.
Give me Deuteronomy 28:66. They still hunting our steps to this day, right? Still going on. This is by the enemy.
Yep.
This is police brutality.
Yep.
This is the KKK. So on top of what we got going on, killing one another, us banging on one another, there's been many people right here, actually, this weed shop. I think it's either this one or like right down the street. Because I got a cousin who's like full blown with the shenanigans. And he's like teetering between hood nigga and trying to get it right. So I talked to him about the scripts. We talk about, the truth. He's like a reformed Muslim, more so. But he's like, all he knows is gang culture. That's what he grew up in. And so he was telling me a story about a young man over here coming out the weed shop. And some cats, it might have been some cats actually in this particular area. And they asked him, like, hey, nigga, where you from? He said, oh, no, I don't bang. And they still killed him. For what? Because that love is waxing cold. Because them curses said our eyes would be evil toward one another. Killed a young man for no real reason other than I just wanted to shoot this nigga. I just wanted to do it. What I tell you to get me, read that for me.
Deuteronomy.
Deuteronomy 28:66. Read that for me.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 66.
Mm-hmm.
And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee.
Watch this.
And thou shalt fear day and night.
How many now? All praise to the Most High. When you come into the truth, you have a little more faith. You ain't as worried. But let's keep it a bean. Our people. Read that from the top. Watch this.
And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee.
How true is that statement? Your life will hang in doubt. How many of y'all, every time, matter of fact, in the song that I just made, The Way It Is, I said, flashing red and blue lights up in your rear view. The Johnny's got you thinking death is near you. How many of y'all, cops pull you over, lights flash, your heart start racing?
Oh, yeah. Your stomach drop.
That's your stomach drop, exactly. That's almost like a natural reflex in your body. And it's unfortunate, but the scriptures literally say, and the big reason is because of everything that we've seen thus far. Brothers getting snatched out the car, complied the whole way. I'm gonna need you to step out the car for what? Sir, step out of the car. What did I do? Okay, you're about to be under arrest because you're not complying with police orders, but you didn't tell me what I did. Then you get out the car and they beat the brakes off of you.
Right.
Again, these curses. There's so much violence going on against us by our own. But there's a lot of violence going on as well against us by the enemy. And then the thing is, these people who do it, these police that do it, how often are they charged? How often are they penalized? Getting desk work is not being penalized. It's not. Getting suspended with pay, that's not penalization. Right? But the scripture said, read that from the top.
And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee.
So we got a lot of violence going on amongst ourselves. Walking through here. Just walking up the block. I could get pulled over for walking while black. I could get pressed because I might have on the wrong, I don't know, shirt, wrong hat. Oh, for real? Oh, right here at the store? So I gotta worry about getting beat up or shot by my own and by the enemy. We ain't even really got to pull up statistics. We don't. I thought about it, but I'm like, for what? Y'all know what's going on. Y'all know what it is. Read that from the top, and we're going to finish it.
Yes, sir. Verse 66. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shalt have none assurance of thy life.
And we ain't even got no assurance of our life. We gonna wait. We gonna make it to see tomorrow, Lord willing. You don't know. Scripture said that was gonna happen because we wouldn't abide in these laws. I want to show y'all something. Let's go to watch this. Let's go to Leviticus 19 and 16. These are things. This is why the law was set in place. Because we could stop violence in Israel if we started abiding by these laws. Let's look at a couple of laws so we can see by our own and by the enemy. If we started abiding in these laws, how these could actually stop the violence. Read Leviticus 19. I want verse 16. We almost done.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 16. Thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer among thy people.
Actually, let's stop right there. Don't go up and down as a talebearer. You guys know what a talebearer is? A talebearer is an individual who goes around throwing smut on people's name, throwing dirt on people's name. How many people you know that got their ass beat because of that? How many people do you know have gotten beat up, fired on, killed because somebody threw dirt on their name or said that they did or said something that they didn't do? How many people do you know that done got beat up for being the person who's talebearing? Starting that drama. It's called drama. Instinct, all of that. Drama breeds division. These laws breed unity. A part of division is violence. If we just didn't go, if we abided in the law, don't go around being a talebearer. Don't you think that would stop violence? Don't that make some sense? Let's go to another one. Let's go to Deuteronomy 17. I'll give you another one. I'm going to give you like 2 or 3. We ain't going to, you feel me? We ain't going to hit too many of them. I'm going to give you like 2 or 3. Give me Deuteronomy, verse 17.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 17.
Verse 15.
What chapter you want?
Chapter 17, verse 15.
God. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 17 and verse 15.
Watch this.
Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose.
So dealing with who we have ruling over us, has to be someone that the Most High sees fit. That's one, read.
One from among thy brethren.
Must be amongst your people, read.
Shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee.
Now, Darash, why the hell did you bring that out? You guys want to know how this stops violence? I'm going to give you a shot before I say anything. I ain't even going to call on anybody. Now, if nobody says anything, then I will. How do you think that choosing the right person to lead us, to be over us, could stop violence? The what? The best interest, your best interest in mind. What the hell Trump know about the hood? What the hell Biden know about the ghettos? What the hell did Obama know about the, exactly. What did Obama know about the hood, the ghettos, the slums? Right? The scripture said that you set one of your brothers among you, one that the Lord has chosen, meaning somebody that's righteous, upholding these laws. Because you know what happens when a talebearer decides to talebear? He's going to be judged. You want to know what happens if somebody decides they're going to try to commit adultery? They are going to be judged. How does this stop violence? Because once we start purging them out, people are going to see, like, oh, we shouldn't be doing that. But if you got a leader that's not right, that doesn't have your best interest in hand, who cares? Let them do what they do. Right? So choosing the right person to lead you is a big deal too. Choosing the right person that is over you. Because also, watch this, talking about your best interests, you think if somebody from the ghetto, from the slums, from the hood that can relate to us, that had love for us, that was ruling in an office, you think we'd have this many police brutality of unarmed black people? Stops violence. Because, oh, y'all probably ain't going to go to jail. I keep it a buck. The scriptures say life for life. The right thing to do is put a bounty on that person's head. You killed an unarmed child. I was scared. You in the wrong job. I saw somebody posted something the other day. It said, "Dear police, please stop hiring people who used to get beat up and bullied in high school. Because let's be real, a lot of these niggas was squares. And without that they never had power. They never had a voice. Nobody ever listened to them. Nobody ever paid attention to them. And then they get a badge. I'm the man now. You listen to me. Take that badge off. Let's see how much of a man you really are. Let's see what you really working with. You got balls right now because you know the law is behind you. Let me catch you lacking in a parking lot when you ain't got nothing on you. Yeah, let's talk about it. You feel me? But again, choose the right person over you and no more police brutality. Because the right leader is going to make sure he does what's right for the people. A lot of that stuff wouldn't be allowed. This gangbanging stuff, with the right leader, all of them gotta go. You get right or you get gone. And understand, we will allow people to put you down because you are a detriment to our people. All of you guys promoting that type of music, you're a detriment to our people. We're gonna get rid of you. That's real. Let's go to Exodus 20. We're gonna read 7 through 16. Just giving you a few. Do y'all following me? Y'all see how like keeping these laws could really fight against the violence amongst our people and against our people? Does that make sense? Exodus 20. 7 and we're going to read down to 16.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20, and verse 7. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord.
Salakia. No, I'm sorry. That's my bad. Verse 13 through 16.
You want to start at 12?
No, verse 13.
Verse 13. Thou shalt not kill.
Now, I was talking about thou shalt not murder, shedding innocent blood. If we abided by this law, wouldn't that stop violence? Wouldn't that stop retaliation? This act in itself is violent. So if you abide in it, you've already helped to alleviate, to mitigate violence. And you stop retaliation. How many times have you heard, yeah, man, the streets is hot right now. Shit, somebody from such and such and killed such and such from Hoover. So now the Hoovers, they out looking for somebody. They out there looking to smoke someone. If you live over here, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We hear that probably once a month while we at the school. Hey, y'all be careful. Don't go down Normandy because it's hot right there. Somebody just got smoked. Oh, damn, okay. Hey, y'all don't go down Western because, you know, on the 108, you know, one of the 111s got hit. So they coming up and down. They over here by the school trying to catch one of them slipping. You stop retaliation. You stop violence. If you just abide by the law, makes sense. Read on.
Verse 14. Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Adultery. You guys heard of a crime of passion? When somebody's so enraged, they can't think straight. You know how many people that got killed over infidelity? You know how many people have been murdered, both the woman and the man, because they did that? That breeds division and distrust for your brother and your sister. An individual who has gave you their all just for you to go and bust it open for a real nigga, your side piece, your boyfriend number 2, gonna get both of y'all killed. Don't you see if you stop, you know, being a hoe or a whoremonger? Don't you see if you loyal to your man? That can stop violence. You keep these laws. Ain't no violence amongst or against Israel. Read on.
Gone. Verse 15. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not
Hold on, stop. Thou shalt not. I know I'm not the only person to hear that and witness somebody get put on their pockets because they got caught stealing. I remember I was like 9 years old. We had a neighbor, 10 tribe brother. And he was a druggie, and he was like a compulsive thief. He got caught stealing out of my house. I had just came back from school, and my dad had just picked me up. He got a call. I'm listening, you know, as a kid, you're like, what they talking about? So I'm listening, we sitting in the car. I didn't ask no questions, though. I was just like, oh, I wonder, because my grandfather had called him. And all I could make out, because, you know, back then the service wasn't that great. It was Nextel. And so, you know, I'm hearing it. It's kind of loud, but I can't really hear what's going on. And he said, you know, something. I caught him in the house. I don't know who got caught in our house. I didn't ask no questions. I'm just curious, right? So we get home, and I was exposed to a lot of things as a kid. There was a lot of stuff that I saw. So my dad was on his second strike. He wasn't finna go to jail for beating the hell out of this dude. He calls one of his little homies. And our neighbor, he was in the window. He's sitting there in the window. He's like 18, I think, at the time. My dad's friend was like 20, 21. My dad's like probably like my age. He's like 28, almost 30, something around there. And long story short, he got caught in the house. He didn't steal anything this time, but he had stolen from us before. And we found out that day because there's stuff that was just coming up missing. And we like, where the hell is our stuff going? And it's not like little things or cheap things. It's like, you know, like amps. Like my dad had like some expensive amps that disappeared. Then it was some jewelry that disappeared. It's just stuff just disappeared. So this time he got caught. Called him outside. He was reluctant to come outside. I'm sitting on the bricks. I'm like 7 years old. I'm like, what's happening? What's about to happen? And my dad, his friend, pulls up. He hops out the car, standing he's standing in the brother's lawn. He's like, hey, my nigga, come outside, bro. Let me holler at you. And he's sitting there in the window. He said, I got all day. I'll sit here and wait for you. He said, come outside. So the dad comes to the door, like, what's going on? He said, ask your son what's going on. Tell him to come outside. He said, Juan, come outside. What's going on? So he comes outside. He's on the porch. He said, hey, I heard you was in my big homie house. He said, I wasn't. He got stolen. I'm like, damn. So I didn't know what was going on. Like I said, I'm 7, 8 years old. And it happened that fast. Why was you in my homie Kemo's house? I wasn't in. And I done messed up the mic.
Oh,
picked him up, and they didn't even have grass yet. They had just tilled the grass. He got slammed in the dirt, body slammed in the dirt. And I'm like, yo, if he wasn't stealing, we wouldn't have this problem. He wouldn't have got the brakes beat off of him if he wasn't stealing. So, again, don't that help stop violence? Don't steal. Read the next one, next verse.
Verse 16. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor.
Thou shalt not lie on. Let me put this in modern day. Y'all, thou shalt not lie on me, nigga. Don't lie on me. Don't put words in my mouth. Don't speak up on what you don't know. How many of y'all know somebody that got beat up for doing that? How many of y'all know somebody that got shot or killed over that? It can be prevented. It can. If we abide in these laws. When I say, and it's so crazy, when you really read these scriptures, and you understand it, because a lot of people read it for surface level. When you really sit back and you analyze and dissect these scriptures, you see, yo, there's a lot of benefit to this. You think the Lord said this just because? No, give me Deuteronomy 6. Give me Deuteronomy 6. And it's because y'all ain't hearing me. I gotta we're gonna let the Lord talk. Deuteronomy 6, verse Salakias, Deuteronomy 4 and 6. I think. Wait. 4 and 5. 5 through 6.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, and verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me.
So Moses said, I taught you all the things that the Lord gave me to tell you. Read.
That ye should do so in the land where ye go to possess it.
You better keep these laws again, because if you do it, you'll be blessed. If you don't, you'll be cursed. He said, I taught you these laws, these statutes, and commandments. Keep them and do them. Read.
Keep therefore and do them. For this is your wisdom.
This is your wisdom. Read.
And your understanding.
And your understanding. Read.
In the sight of the nation.
When everybody else is looking at you. Read.
Which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this is a great nation, is a wise and this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
Right. So these laws literally are to set us apart, are to show that we are better, are wiser, are more understanding than everyone else. And it's literally to place us in what's called harmony. It will literally turn this world as we know it into what people refer to as a utopia. It can stop violence amongst our people and against our people. It can stop hatred toward one another. It can stop us from being gunned down. It can stop us from being so ignorant and so happy about being ignorant. It can save our women from being used and abused. It will stop men from being hoes. It will stop women from being hoes. It will stop STD transmitting. It will stop babies who you didn't even want. It will stop broken households. It will stop, as the scriptures say, menstruous women will bring forth monsters. It will stop your children from being monsters. Because you know there's laws on disciplining your children too, right? all this violence against Israel, all this violence among Israel, it's the cursed conditions we live in because we decided to step away from what it is the Lord told us we need to be doing. Right? So, in order for us to break this cycle, in order for us to break the chains of this, give me Deuteronomy 30. And verse 1. We're going to read down to verse 4.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 1.
No. 30 and verse 1.
Slaki. Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse.
It says, when you've seen these things, the blessings and the curses, we told you what it was going to be. We told you what it is, right? Read.
Which I have set before thee. And thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, whither the Lord thy God hath driven thee.
He said, now when you recall your history, everything that I told you, read.
And shalt return unto the Lord thy God, and shalt obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day. Thou and thy children, with all thine heart and with all thy soul.
Read.
That then the Lord thy God will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee.
Read.
And will return and gather thee from all the nations.
Read.
Whither the Lord thy God hath scattered thee.
It said, I will turn your conditions, your captivity. Because in these captivities is where we getting mistreated. In these captivities is where we getting seduced to do wickedly. Abide in the Lord brings us back to power. The Lord brings us back to power. We start abiding by these laws. We start abiding by these laws. We can end violence against Israel and violence among Israel. God? So we got to get it right. We got to get it together. So that's ultimately the end of the lesson. Anybody got any questions, comments? Nothing. We got any announcements? I'm sorry, Amon? Nothing? Y'all good?